Coach, the other night you said you wanted to see more rim protection from your team. 15 blocks tonight. I think 9 between Mackay and TB. That's probably more in line with what you were looking for.
Yeah, I thought we did a great job of altering and blocking shots, and have to really improve with physicality, vertical. Really, I mean, we blocked a shot or gave up a layup. So we have to get a lot better defensively. We have to become a lot more physical than where we are right now. But certainly, rim protection, Curtis was great with the finesse of blocking shots. Did a great job on their star player again. The whole week we really focused on number 4 Nichols, and he went 1 and 9. So I thought that the guys that were assigned to him and the other 4 on the floor did a great job on their all-league player. Disappointed with our defensive rebounding for sure. And then we gave guys an opportunity tonight, and we did not play very well the last 9 minutes of the game at all.
Must battle, second game in a row with 21 points coming off the bench. Your bench scoring is lopsided here. How much of a key is that to have a guy like that you can turn to who's not starting games, and maybe he's a guy that when you get in tighter games late, it's going to help you finish?
He's been phenomenal, Kevin. Battle is a starter. He's just not hearing his name called right away. I mean, he's been our most efficient offensive player, and he's he stretches the floor. He can play one-on-one. He can draw free throws. He's a good foul shooter. Has done it, did a decent job on the defensive backboards tonight. Really happy with how he played. And I thought our depth took a huge step back tonight. I really did, with the minutes that they were given.
So coming in fairly early, Lawson picks up the 2 fouls, the 2 nice passes, but it seems in 2-man game, all your guys eat off of that. They seem really comfortable playing 2-man with him, and whether it's dribble, handoff, or off a screen, they get into action comfortably with him in the game.
Yeah, we spent a lot of time this summer on playing off the elbow. Graham is really good there as well. Chandler's good there. He can space the floor out when he gives it up as well. So, but we have to get a lot better than we were tonight. We have a big game on Monday. We've had 2 great crowds. Anybody that's not coming Monday, we'd love it if they turn their tickets in early, because we have 2 more games before we go to the Bahamas, and certainly, want to continue to have a home court advantage on Monday. And that's a night that, if people aren't going to, use their tickets, we'd really appreciate giving them back and allowing us to get them to some people to try to have a really good crowd Monday.
We heard them back here before the game. They were screaming, yelling. They were all fired up. Gardner-Webb, I'm talking about. And they went out and jumped on you 13-5, but then you guys got control really by halftime. What happened at the start of the game, and then what did you guys do to get control?
Well, I think as a group, we're not happy with how we started the game. Thought we played good in the, about the 13-minute mark in the first half. We started playing better, and I thought we finished the half really good. Sometimes the last 3 minutes of the half become really important. I thought they did tonight. But again, defensively, we gotta guard the ball better, and we gotta guard the rim better. And we were 25 passes short of our goal. So the ball didn't move as much as we want to tonight as well. And I give Gardner-Webb a lot of credit there. I thought they were really well coached. I thought they cut hard. I thought they ran the floor really hard in their transition offense. I thought they ran harder than we did for sure. To only beat, win the battle of the boards by 6 it's not enough. And to give up 11 offensive rebounds is it's not going to cut it.
I think you played less than 4 minutes the other night and didn't play a ton tonight, maybe 16, 17, but I think you guys were plus 23 and he was on front. Why do you play so little the other night? And then what'd you think?
Yeah, we're just looking at other guys. I mean,
Or anything?
you guys are going to ask me if I don't go to my bench. Why didn't I? So, I mean, it's the same thing I said the other night. Like, I mean, if I play 7 guys, you know, not you, Bob, but that's just human nature. I mean, there's just a lot of things that, you know, our shot selection was not great. But look, we have a young developing player in Bay Fall. Jalen Graham only played 9 minutes, and he was pretty good when he was in the floor too, you know, so it's just, and they're small. They've played 4 guards. We talked about number 0 being a matchup problem at 6'4", and so it's really hard to play 2 bigs on a night like tonight as well.
What hurt? What was his deal?
Yeah, didn't Mike didn't inform you? Yeah, not in the building, sick. He felt bad. He was, you know, practiced yesterday, today. Told Matt that you know, that he didn't feel 100%. You know, with whatever head cold or whatever it is.
Specific thoughts on Makai's performance though tonight. I mean, plus 23. What enabled him to have success tonight? What did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, I mean, he passed the ball well. You know, he played within himself, did a good job protecting the rim. I mean, we had a lot of guys block shots. It's, you know, like I said, I thought Graham played really good offensively too. I mean, when you play small team, I mean, you gotta, you know.
You guys play a small team tonight, and Trevin matches up with a smaller guy a lot of the minutes that he's out there. How valuable can that be? A lot of times stretch 4, stretch 5, it's about him making threes on one side and guarding the paint on the other. But I mean, does that add a different dimension to your defense if he can maybe check some smaller, quicker guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think when you look at TV's 5 blocks, you know, most of them, you know, came on against a 4-man who was an elite dribble driver. But we got to hold our ground more when people get into our bodies. You know, that's where we're giving up way too many 3-point plays, meaning the old traditional drive it. And like, you know, we're not physical enough at the rim across the board, the entire team. And I mean, I don't know how many N1s there were tonight against undersized players. Like, you got to hold your ground. And right now we're just not doing that at the level that we need to. Because Old Dominion's they're going to play 4 guards, and they have an all-league guard. And, you know, we got to guard the 3 and we got to guard the dribble drive. That's just what you got to do.
This was a program last year that was top 20 and holding teams down inside the arc, 2-point field goals per game, low percentage, top 35 there. After a slow start, you guys got it going. What was the key to that? Was it just better players, scheme? Yeah. What all went into that? Because you guys got back to 50% or better second game in a row.
I attribute a lot of it to Battle. I mean, his you know, at halftime, I think he took 4 shots. And does anyone know how many points he had on 4 shots? That is an elite efficiency. And then he ends the game with 9 shots, 10 FTAs, and 21 points. So he takes 9 field goals and scores 21 points. He saved us offensively. His shot selection was a 10 out of 10. Other guys need to improve their shot selection. We don't need heat check shots when you're not hot. It's called heat check because when you're hot, then you can take an ill-advised shot.
Yeah, Coach, I'm curious your thoughts on Tremont at 14 on 12 shots. So, but it felt like he could get to that middle part of the floor almost whenever he wanted. Kind of made a pretty good living there a few times.
Yeah, I mean his pull-up game's really, really good. really good. And I give him credit. You know, he took 2 threes. It wasn't there for him tonight. And then he got to his sweet spot. You know, other guys need to take a page out of that book as well and understand if you're not knocking threes down, you got to get to the mid range, or you got to get to the cup, or you got a basket cut and get some easy baskets. I thought, you know, we had some good layups off some basket cuts. Why we didn't cut more, not sure, but we'll have 2 good practices on Saturday and Sunday. I can promise you that.
In here, and he brought up to us that he had 6 rebounds, and then he only had the 1 turnover after a few the other night. Is that more of what you're looking for?
I'm glad he brought that up, because it was pointed out to him that we needed our point guards to defensive rebound, because we've had incredible defensive rebounding guards here for the last 4 years. I mentioned them, you know, the Tates and the Jimmy Witts and Notays and Anthony Black. I mean, those guys, not good, phenomenal defensive rebounders. Nevada, we had phenomenal point guard defensive rebounders in Cody Martin and Lindsey Drew. And we need L to especially, you know, with our lack of physicality, sometimes we need to have all of our guards defensive rebound, which is what we talked about at halftime. And that's why it's important for guys like Battle to go down there and defensive rebound as well.
Free throws, a little bit of a problem tonight, but you played 12 guys. You mentioned Battle's efficiency. How do you feel about this team when you do drill it down to 7 or 8 as far as finishing games?
Oh, it's drilled down already. I mean, I can tell you that, Kevin. That tonight was, you know, like that. You play your way in or you play your way out, and take away, you know, end of game free throws, and we were pretty good. So, you know, free throw shooting is, in my opinion, an important part of the game, especially in close games. And, you know, so the guys that have proven that they can make free throws, you know, when you get in late game situations, those are the guys that probably, you know, you hope have the ball in their hands.
Yeah, with the big man rotation, you had Lawson really flash in the Purdue game. Graham had the hot hand last game, and then Mackay flashes tonight. Is that kind of the trend it might be for this team, or would you prefer to have a more definitive hierarchy with those 3 guys competing for that spot?
Yeah, I just think, you know, it probably going to be a different guy maybe for us at that spot. And I haven't gotten to, you know, I haven't put Brazil over there yet. You know, probably my fault not moving him over there a little bit. Execution, doing what we want, knowing the plays. And then us maybe having 4 guards out there. But, you know, that's first 2 games we've, you know, won, you know, by pretty good margin, and we've gotten a lot of players in, and we've gotten to evaluate, because I think sometimes when we've gotten to, you know, to the 4th or 5th game in years past, maybe I, you know, wished that we had looked at some other, we've looked now, like we've got the whole summer we've got. So I pretty much know now, you know, where we're at.
So I came in after you began, so if you answer this, I apologize. But into the first half, you went with a rotation of Bell, Brazil, Ellis, Mark, and Mitt, and that seemed to change the game. What did they do well, that group of 5 playing?
Yeah, I thought Battle's offense, you know, because he can score in spurts, but I thought that, you know, I thought the game at that point, you know, there wasn't enough separation. And I think you know, like I sensed it in the huddle. I don't know what time those guys were all in there together, but probably around the 8-minute mark, I kind of sensed that the guys, you know, were disappointed maybe in where the game was at that point. And I thought we played harder than we were prior to, you know, I thought the first 9 minutes we didn't play the way we need to play. And I thought Gardner-Webb played really, really hard, and they got to loose balls and they scrapped around, and, you know, so credit to that group of guys that they kind of clicked at a time when we needed it to, going into halftime, especially.
Yeah, Coach, I know Old Dominion plays tomorrow afternoon. Is that a situation where you guys would get together and watch it as a team, or is it more the staff and then do some film afterwards?
Well, I'm not positive, Curtis, but I think the game is very close to kickoff, and for sure I'll be at the Auburn Arkansas football game. That's 1,000%. So I don't want to lie because I'll be there. Some staff members, 1,000%, will be watching the game live, and will be expected to have a scouting report as soon as the final buzzer's up. We've done, like, our staff's done a great job. They really have. Michael's really focused on personnel. Todd Lee's done a great job of the sets that the other team runs. And Root has done a good job of watching the other team's defense. And then Coach Smart's done a great job of kind of overseeing all of it with thought. So we've changed how we scout and prep. So yeah, some guys will be and as soon as the football game's over, I will not be hanging out watching other football games on TV. I will be watching Old Dominion's tape, and have already watched their first, game. We've already got a scouting report that the players they probably already have it texted to them. So they got a statistical, or they're supposed to get a statistical analysis scouting report tonight. They'll get another one tomorrow, and then they'll get our final one on Sunday. So they'll get 3 different ones before, Sunday afternoon.
Similar to SEC, Saturday, Tuesday, quicker for Old Dominion, and then you'll have 3 games in 3 days in a couple of weeks. Is there any benefit at all to playing it this way, and these going from tonight to Monday for what you're going to be ramping up to later?
I think so, Kevin. I mean, prepping on a short turnaround is you got to get used to it. You know what I mean? The longer preps we have, our record's really good, the longer the prep is. But I think also late in the year, we've been pretty good on NCAA tournament type preps of our guys retaining stuff. Maybe the thing that's a little bit, frustrating tonight is I thought tonight we were really prepared, and we didn't take away enough of their stuff. And sometimes, you get surprised by some things or some matchups, but, Gardner-Webb played it traditional, like we had seen them in the past. And in particular, Robinson's dribble drives were quite frustrating.
Yeah, Eric, Jeff Jones, he's been coaching a long time. Do you know him at all, or what might be your thoughts on him?
Just know him a little bit. Obviously, he's had, Old Dominion historically has been a really, really good basketball program. He does a great job. Really, really good X and O coach, got a ton of experience. We have to play a lot better on Monday, and like I'm going to continue to say, I hope we have a great crowd too on Monday.
8 transfers, so they're kind of like you guys. I think they got some. I wrote it down when I can't find it, but anyway, they got some guys from different Oregon and Wichita State, I think. Do you have any thoughts on their transfer guys?
Yeah, I mean, Williams from Oregon's really good player. Like I said, I mean, they have an all-league guard that's really good. They play small, they play really fast. Like, transition defense is going to be really, really important. ID in the ball as quick as possible will be extremely important. Keeping the dribble drive in front of us, is going to be, the key to the game. I mean, we can't give up dribble drive, straight line drives, because they are really good, attackers off the bounce.
Really already scouted them up quite a bit. I mean, done a lot of advanced scouting.
Yeah, I haven't done a lot myself, but we do have staff members that are ready to roll, and there's probably some lights on over at the Performance Center and some offices right now.
Eric, what led to you guys changing the way that you scout games? Was that like a summer self-assessment or additional?
Yeah, I mean, we did it like that in Golden State, and it's just more consistent and just having one guy take both sides of the ball and rotating every third game. Now the players are used to consistent voices based on certain facets of the game. And I think the players are comfortable with the way we're doing it too. Thanks, guys.